It's Friday. What up? Yeah. Yeah. The CJ made it on the beat. Truckin. Yeah. One time for the haters. I'll be right back. 2 times for them dudes spinning on the track. 3 times for them women and all of that. Bringing you the sports to your dome. Yes, like that. Flowing in the ocean. Yeah, I'm open. And I'm so potent. Spitting the hot game, man. You wish that you know it. Freestyle off the head. Show me my opponent. You puzzle, muzzle. Pitbull off the chain. Lockjaw on the game. Things ain't the same. Whoo! Hook like Kane. Woo! Your boy is insane. Woo! Hot on the track. Melt the wax down. Yeah, I know I'm from the P-Town, from the Bird, home of the Steelers, Rilla. Yeah, I'm the thriller in Manila, chilling, cold like this refrigerator, and y'all can't hate on me, so fall back, haters. Hey, nah. Yeah, cutting up on a Friday. It's Friday, man. I don't care. I don't care what y'all got to say. I don't care. I'm having fun today, man. It's Friday. Freestyle Friday and all of that, man. Bring it up, man. What's up with everybody, man? I don't care. Don't care. You dig? The energy's up right now. I'm happy. A couple things, man. Get straight real quick, man. Y'all know I perform whether there's 1,000 people in here or not. But let me get this pulled up right quick. Got this on the screen real quick for everybody up out there. Let me read this. The Baltimore Ravens has made the decision to waive wide receiver Deontay Johnson, as confirmed by the team's official announcements and multiple sports news outlets. This decision came right before their crucial game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Johnson's former team. While specifics of Johnson's performance with the Ravens, such as his one catch for 6 yards, remain unverified from recent reports, the focus has shifted to his immediate future in the NFL. Johnson, now on the waivers, will be available for other teams to claim until Monday at 4 p.m. His departure has sparked discussions about the trade that brought him to Baltimore and the speculation on where he might land next. The Ravens have not confirmed the activation of defensive back Desmond King and wide receiver Anthony Miller from the practice squad in relation to this move. Ooh, the Baltimore Ravens is hot. I wonder why Deontay Johnson didn't fit in good over there. What is going on with Deontay Johnson and NFL period? Yeah, do we think that this is like a now because I'm a little confused. Is Devon is Johnson not performing well with the Ravens? Like, is that a testament to him? Or is that the quarterback, the offense that he was in? What I mean, because he won it out of Pittsburgh, because of I think it was largely because of him and Kenny Pickett, the relationship they had, or what the frustration not getting paid. But then he gets the trade that he wanted. He's going to a team down in Carolina. What it do, JB? What's up, JB in the building? What up with it, dog? What up, man? Ain't nothing, fam. Just kicking it, man. Talking about this Deontay Johnson. He went to they released him. The Baltimore Ravens had released Deontay Johnson, and we traded him to Carolina for the cornerback, and then he went down there, and then I guess Carolina traded him to the Baltimore Ravens. He landed up in Baltimore. And now the Ravens put him on a waiver wire, and now I think that he may be a good pick. But I was talking about that. But I did want you to explain and give me a little bit more explanation on how that schedule worked for the guys who drop out of the college football season earlier and go into training, and how that schedule, to get more in detail, like how that schedule works, the best things for you to do for to prepare, the things you got to do to your body, some of the food you maybe gotten to eat, or diet and all that kind of shit. Like, I really wanted you to get into detail about that, JB. Like, what a little bit more what you do for real, you know what I'm saying? Kind of not interview style, but I mean pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like, let the audience know exactly like what it is that athletes have to go through, and when is the best time to actually drop out of the college football season to prepare for the NFL draft. Like I was listening to you and I went back and I because I know that was a topic that I was really passionate about, right? And I know that, you know what I'm saying, I was definitely listening to you. So I went back and I listened to it some more. And I was like, damn, I wish JB had a chance to actually say what he was saying. Cause at that point, I think I was like, yeah, go ahead, JB. And somebody else had cut in. I can't remember who exactly cut in on it, but I think it would be dope for you to explain how that works to the audience. You know what I mean? I know it's old. It ain't gonna bring up the conversation or nothing, but because there's a whole side of to training for the draft and things that you have to do. I know like we kind of got a small glimpse into that with like Najee Harris the year that Najee came out and went to Pittsburgh, but to hear it from somebody who actually training these athletes would be different, and you got to defer. I mean, that's exactly what you do. Like you prepare these athletes for the NFL. I mean, there's nobody else to explain that and how that schedule will work than you. So you know what I mean? I thought that was dope. Um, but yeah, I think that Deontay Johnson moving around like the way he moved around is I don't think that's good for his career, but I think that shit, we damn sure could use him. The Steelers can. I ain't gonna lie. We could use Deontay Johnson right now immediately. Like it's the way things been going right now. Yeah, we definitely could use Deontay Johnson, dog, without a doubt. Because if you look at it right, and the way that things been going on with us, we go pick up Mike Williams. We really haven't had a wide receiver really come in and fill that role of Deontay Johnson since he's been gone. Nobody really has stepped up. I mean, George Pickens, of course, been doing what George Pickens always does. You know what I mean? But nobody has really stepped up into that role of playmaker status like how Deontay Johnson was for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, Calvin Austin tried to get there, but I do believe if we had Deontay Johnson in that matchup versus the Eagles, our offense looks a little bit better. Maybe we don't lose by 16, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 10, maybe 7, but not 16 points. And our offense is able to do a lot more. I mean, when we rolling, we rolling. We didn't have Pickens. I'm not blaming that loss on Pickens, but I do think that we could benefit from having somebody like Deontay Johnson around for sure on our team. I think that's a plus to have Deontay Johnson for real, for real. But yeah, he's out there. He's been waived by the Ravens, as y'all can see, man. Deontay Johnson is out there, and there's a few teams. I'm trying to think of a couple of teams who's on the playoff brink that could use him right now. Um, I know us for sure. I can't think of some other teams. I would have to look at the NFL standings to actually get a better feel for some teams who I think that can use or benefit off of having a Deontay Johnson on their roster right now. I'm gonna try to look and see real quick. Try to pull up the NFL standings, and y'all can get a look at them too while I'm looking at them the same time. So, do I think the Bills can use Deontay Johnson? Yes, I do think the Bills can use Deontay Johnson. The Chiefs, I don't think that they will. I think that they got enough guys, but I don't think that they will. Um, I think we can for sure. The Texans, yes, the Texans most definitely can use a Deontay Johnson on their team. But they look okay, but their passing game is still a little bit stagnant without that, because Tank Dell and Nico Collins has not been looking too great this year. I don't know. They've been battling with some injuries, but everybody's banged up this time of the year and in this time of the season. But I do think that they could use Deontay Johnson as well. And if I go over to the NFC real quick and see some of the teams over there, I think the Washington Commanders probably could use Deontay. I still think he's a good receiver. I don't think he's bad at all. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's worth the contract that he was looking for. But however, you got to pay the market. You know what I mean? He's only had I don't even think he broke over 200 yards this season. You know what I mean? Let alone he was with the Panthers and with the Ravens, two different teams in one year. Don't got over 200 yards. I don't think he should have won it out of Pittsburgh, but hey, it is what it is. What up, Katie? What up, Katie out there? I still gotta make you tomorrow. I still gotta give you a wrench, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to because let me see if I can get this correct right real quick. You know what I'm saying? While we on here, because this is how this looks, right? So this ain't got nothing. Y'all just work with me real quick. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure the homegirl is on here. So this is what popped up. These are my moderators, right? So Shad is a moderator. He barely pops up on here. He watches, but when he does come in, he does have a wrench. What South Coast Kane did have a wrench, but he runs his own show. So you know what I mean. Cuban Kane, he's always everywhere, so he don't normally come through a lot, but when he does, you know what I'm saying. So I just took a wrench, but that's the picture I got, Katie, on of you. I don't know if that's you or not, but you let me know if that's you. Maybe I have to zoom in on that picture to see if that's you or not, but that's you. You let me know down in the comments. I did make you a moderator. That's the Katie Allman I got, just to let you know. So I don't know why the wrench ain't popping up. If that's it, I don't know. I don't know if that's it or not, but that's what I got. All right. Um, Back to X, because I got to go back on X, back up on there. Some of these trending topics. Now it says that I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Zanu Mikowski. Did I say that right? Ohio State offensive tackle Zanu Mikowski has announced his entry into the NCAA transfer portal. Despite this decision, he will continue to support the Buckeyes through their college football playoff campaign. With 1 year of eligibility remaining, Mikowski, who has played in 19 games over 4 years, started one game this season before an injury sidelined him. His move to explore other opportunities comes at a time when Ohio State's offensive line depth has been under scrutiny, especially after a close game against Nebraska. I would have to agree. And their offensive line is already in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, what does this mean for the Ohio? What does this mean for the Buckeyes right now? You know what I mean? Like they're like the depth. If y'all remember, they took a guard. What game was that? Was that the Indiana game? I believe it was. I believe it was the Indiana game when they played the Hoosiers. When they had a guard and they moved him over to tackle. And now and you know what I'm saying? And they played him at tackle, and he did well against Indiana. He did do good in that game, but the depth they've been battling with injuries that whole season, so they're moving guys around, and it just hurts right now that he's in the portal right now. I do see Wider in the portal though. I definitely do. Like I said, I repeated it. I'm sounding like a broken record at this point. If they want to get a jump start, a head start on a program that they're going to, this is the best time to enter the portal right now. But that depth on our O line kind of concerns me, and it going against a defensive line like Tennessee, they might need you, dog. They might need him right away. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, they might need him right away, immediately. You said zoom in. If it looks, if it's a mad looking little cat, it's me. Nah, it's not a cat. Nah, it's not a cat, Katie. It's not a cat, but how many Katie almonds are there though? You know what I'm saying? Like, like no, for real though, because like, hold on, let me go back to it because I'm like, yo, what's so I go to community moderation. It's a woman, obviously, but I don't know what. Let me see. Can you see that? Can y'all see that? All right, yeah. I don't know. I put it in there as a moderator and you didn't show up. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's that? Let me see if I can make it bigger out here. See if I just make it big. So that you'll be able to see. Let me share it. All right. Now I go back and I gotta share the page. So obviously so you can see it. But yeah, like what's up? Like it didn't work. Right? That if that's there's no cat in the picture, but you type in Katie Allman, and that's what I got. I got that. Now I'm like, what? That's not right. That's not right. That's not Katie. You know, I'm trying to make a mod, trying to get her to be a moderator. She's been a huge supporter of mine, man. And I was like, I'm gonna do it live. It's Friday, freestyle Friday. I don't care. I spit a little freestyle at the beginning of the show and all that. You know what I mean? That's just how authentic it is over here. Um, but look, if that's not you, I can go out, right? But when I type in Katie Almond, right? Katie, all right, and then Almond, obviously, it's a lot of followers. That's what pops up. See, that's what pops up. I'm like, what? None of those are you. So I figured that was it. You know what I mean? Like, that gotta be you, right? I don't know. I don't know. But anyhow, I did try to do it. I just wanted to show you that, like, I wasn't lying. I keep it real. I know a lot of people like to say Charles don't know what he be talking about, but I keep it real though. I am real and I do be making the truth. You said I had to make. You said I had to make a second channel because of the trolls. Oh, okay. So that is you then. Okay, but that's your second channel. All right. So then you got to jump in. So in order to be a moderator, then I don't got that other one. This the only one that comes up. So if you want to come in with the wrench, you more than welcome to. You deserve it. You've been a supporter since day one. Um, and then that's how that'll work. All right. So I do that. Just keeping it a buck out here. Shout out to Katie. I Yeah, man. So that was it with that offensive line. Now moving on to some other things out here. Sider, is that his name? Sider Mitchell bolsters LSU defense with the transfer from Texas. Sider Mitchell, a tyrant 6'6", 350 pound defensive lineman from Texas, has officially committed to LSU, marking the Tigers' 11th edition from the transfer portal after playing in 8 games for the Longhorns. Mitchell now joins LSU, where he will play under his former coach, Bo Davis, who has recently transitioned to LSU from Texas. This move not only enhances LSU defensive line with Mitchell's formidable size, but also brings his 3 remaining years of eligibility to the team. Mitchell's transfer is part of LSU's aggressive strategy to fortify their roster through the transfer portal. And that's what they trying to say what LSU is trying to do. Do y'all think that LSU would bounce back? That's all. That's the only question I got for y'all. Do y'all think LSU would make a bounce back next season, or is this something that one of those cases where y'all just like, I don't know, we gotta wait and see because how crazy this year was in college football. We don't know how this going to turn out. We don't know what's going to pop up, or how things are going to work out in college football this year because of everything else was the way that everything's went on, right? And Michael Vick, yeah, we know he went to Norfolk State. That is trending right now on Twitter and sports category. My man, Solid Gold came in here playing straight up attorney yesterday. Like, how did he get the job? I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. I actually thought that I forgot that Charles Kelly was over there at Auburn coaching the defensive backs. I forgot about him coaching defensive backs over there at Auburn, over there with Hugh Freeze. I honestly forgot him running that D over there like that. I did with the DBs. I honestly forgot about that. Like, I totally forgot. But yeah, man. Like, so in the sports, so much going on, man. There's so much that could be talking about right now. But I said I'm gonna just keep it a buck with everything. And just come out here, keep it real with my folks. You know what I'm saying? I know how we do it, keeping it real, because that's all you can do, man. Um, I'm looking at there's this big conversation going on right now, right? This topic, right? That I got on my head, and it has really nothing to do with none of this stuff right here that I'm scrolling through right now. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. But I just wanted to talk about the Travis Hunter going to the NFL, right? Because I think it's a big thing. And some of these draft picks, like some of these guys and where the team needs are right now, as far as the top 3 teams in the NFL, I think right now would be the Giants, the Giants, the Raiders, the Jaguars. Let me actually pull the NFL standings up some more so we could kind of get a feel for that while we going through that. The Panthers are 3-11. The Bears are 4-10. The Giants are 2-2, right? The Patriots are 3-11. The Browns are 3-11, and the Titans are 3-11. So any one of these teams could be the first pick, the top 10 teams, right? And Travis and Shedeur Sanders, where do we think that Travis and Shedeur is going to be drafted at in this year's draft? Like, I want y'all to be honest with me and put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. If you're watching right now, I know there's a couple people out there watching. Go ahead and interact. Put it in the chat. Who is going first, Shedeur or Travis Hunter? What team do y'all think that they're going to? I'm trying to get a feel for what y'all thinking out there too right now. I honestly think Katie said a 6'6", 340-pound offensive lineman from Alabama has signed with North Carolina too. I did see that. I seen that. I did see that one, Katie. I did. Um, he's straight up. That's how you build a football team. Is from the offensive line. I know that. I did see that. I'll get back to you on that. Right there, talking about Belichick right after I'm done with this one because I definitely do want to talk about Belichick and UNC. But yeah, like I honestly think that Shador would be the first round pick. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I think he's the most NFL ready quarterback right now. I know he does not want to go to the cold, but he does already kind of have a connection with Malik Neighbors. I think that because y'all seen him throwing the ball when he was in New York. I'm sure everybody's seen that video. I seen it on Twitter, but I think that you know where you're going. Like when you're a first round pick type of guy, you know where you're going. I think that it does not matter where he goes. All those teams are sorry and they got to rebuild. And I think he understands that he's going to a team that is not that good. You know what I'm saying? Shador Sanders, I think he knows that. So with that being said, I think the Giants would be okay. I think I don't think that the New York Giants is a bad fit for Shador Sanders at all. I really don't think so. You said I think Shador is going to the Raiders. Dion has been working behind the scenes. Um, that's a good choice too. Hey, Katie, I think that's a good choice too. I think I've seen him with Malik Neighbors. There's a lot going on in New York. I think that they got a lot to build on. The Raiders are rebuilding also. I think that the Raiders would be a good fit for either him or Cam. Cam Ward. However it goes, right? If Cam Ward winds up being the first round pick, then I guess the Giants will go with Cam Ward. But I think it's going to go Shador, Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, right? One's going to follow the other. You know what I mean? I think, honestly, I think Travis Hunter is going to end up in Chicago. I think Travis Hunter is going to end up in Chicago. That's where I want to see Travis Hunter at. Why do I say that? I know a lot of people say Jacksonville because that's home, but and I think Jacksonville would be a decent fit for him. But when I'm thinking about receivers and the weapons that they have, right? Jacksonville could benefit from Travis from both sides of the ball, right? And I think that that's a franchise that probably, put them some offensive packages in there, some light offensive packages, but let them play DB there and use him on offense as needed type of deal. And I think the Raiders will also do that. But it makes more sense to put him out there in Chicago to give Caleb Williams another weapon. With Keenan Allen always has been reliable. Him and Mike Evans are two veterans that's been in the NFL now for over the 10 years plus, but they always have been very, very reliable when it comes down to how, you know what I mean, to the availability on the field. And Travis Hunter playing in Chicago, I think, is a very good fit for Caleb Williams. Playing under a veteran guy like Keenan Allen, and DJ Moore. I like Komet. I like Cole Komet. I think Cole Komet is a solid tight end. I do think he's solid, and that just adds to that offense. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams don't got to be perfect with, Keenan Allen when he was younger. He was just like that. His 50-50 ball radius was crazy. You know what I mean? When y'all remember Keenan Allen with the Chargers back in those early days, you threw it in his vicinity, he was coming down with it, most definitely. And Travis Hunter, I think, is a very good fit for the Chicago Bears. I think so. If I was the Bears, I would probably be looking to trade up somehow, some way, and get up in there that pick to get Travis Hunter. I think they want to slide up, move up, and get Travis Hunter. He's a generational talent. What up? What up, Godfather? What's going on? I put the link to the chat. You got to scroll up if you want to jump in. Got no problem with that. Here, I'll drop it again just in case. But what up, Godfather? But I do think that he's a good fit there. Shador Sanders, I could see Shador at any of those places. There's a few places, him and Cam Ward, I think they can end up at. Cleveland, is one. As quiet as kept, y'all, I still think the Titans need to be looking at a quarterback also. I do, because I just look, some of these guys just don't have it in them, that instinct to carry a team, to mature fast enough. I think Shador does. I don't think that he's gonna have a blow your socks off type of season, but I just don't see Shador going in the NFL and winning 3 games with a team full of pros. You know what I mean? I feel like him going in there and doing his job and taking care of the ball will have a team at least 7, 8 wins. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him flopping like a lot of some of these guys that's out there. Drake May looks all right out there in New England, being at 3-11, but I think that's somewhere that Travis Hunter can end up at, is in New England. I think that they could definitely benefit from him. They don't have no receivers. I mean, I guess they do, but I don't really know those guys. You know what I mean? I know them guys, but I don't know those guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm saying right now? Because I know I be saying, I get to talking crazy sometimes. You said I remember Megatron catching everything in his zip code for sure. Megatron was crazy. Megatron was crazy. Keenan Allen was crazy. Megatron was just so tall. He was so tall, and he had a vert out of this gym. I think Megatron was what, 6'6" and had a 40 something inch vert or 40-inch vert on top of that. Like, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, that's high. That's high. Um, yeah, but I like the fit. I like that fit over there. I do think that they got to get a running game over there at the Raiders. The Raiders are rebuilding like crazy. So if you go Shador in the first round, I think that that's a good pick. I do think that's a very good pick, Katie. Um, and then they would go. I would try to go get a back in the second round for sure. You go Shador, you got to get a back. I think their O line is there, but they just don't have the weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, those bad teams be having decent O lines, but it's just not there. And I think Shador would be good. KMS 929, what's up with it? What's going on with you? Salute. You said I haven't seen Travis play good competition in college. Can't put a lot of faith in him in the NFL. Oh, you know what? Why do you say it? You said I'm not saying he ain't like that. I just haven't seen it. Oh, okay. I feel like Travis. Look, I feel like Travis is just a hard ass worker, right? And as long as he can stay focused and let everything and keep everybody out of his business, like, y'all know I'm married, right? Y'all know I'm married, but y'all don't see my wife. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if I start putting her out here, and you know what I mean, I'm leaving her open for the trolls. You know what I'm saying? And everything else. Like, our life is our life. I'm very happy outside of being on this. You know what I'm saying? We go do what we do. I'm not sitting there taking pictures of our food out on our dates and everything. That's time for me to wind down from the internet. Let that content creation shit sit to the side. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. This is just my family time for us to have a good time. Like, I might have videos, but those are for our own personal memories. I might record one or two, but it's not gonna have them in the picture. And hey, sometimes you do it, but you gotta be expecting things that you put out there for the internet to consume. You gotta expect that. But as long as he can stay focused and keep people out of his relationship, I think that I think he'll be all right, because I do think that that's going to distract him in the NFL if he continues on going down that path. Like, keep people out of y'all business. You know what I'm saying? He has, but he just lock in, because he's a hard worker, and he'll, even if he does not have the best rookie year, you know what I mean? It might shock his system, even if he doesn't have the best rookie year, because he's just so used to just being so dominant on the field. And he's still probably going to be good, but it's not going to translate over like how it is in college. What's up, Jen J? Respect, Jen J. Salute. Um, yeah, but I think he'll eventually be good. You know what I mean? Like, he'll work his way to being a great in the NFL, because his work ethic is so high. As long as he can stay focused, and, his family life, and God, the Most High, Allah, Jehovah, whatever he believes in, his faith, he keeps that there. And I think that everything will be fine for Travis, but I do think that he'll be a good to great NFL football player because of his work ethic. Nonetheless, you said, man, I was watching Travis highlights today, and his athleticism is off the charts. He does a Dion like that. He does things Dion did. Like, listen, Travis, yes, he's got it, and his work ethic is there, and that's what made Dion so good. Like, we love Dion for, yes, he was good on the field, he was flashy off the field, charisma like crazy, but he worked his tail off. You know what I'm saying? He worked his tail off, and that's what we like. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, you know, that are good, they just work their tails off. That's what they do, man. You know, Jerry Rice was great, but he outworked everybody. You know, Jerry Rice ran mountains. His stamina was off the chain. He was in incredible shape. Um, he didn't mess around. You know, Jerry Rice was so focused. Deion Sanders was so focused on just their craft. Like they didn't get distracted by the media, the women. Nothing distracted them from their goal because they had goals and they was like, you know, they had tunnel vision and nothing stopped them. And you said Dion has kept Travis well grounded. I hope he is. I hope that he's coaching him up with that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he gonna do things anyway. He's young. You know, when you're young, you gotta learn on your own. You gotta burn some of your own bridges when you're young. You gotta go out there and you gotta learn by trial by error sometimes when you're young. You know, I've done it. You know, we've all done it. There's the things, just think about this. Anybody that's out there that's 30 plus right now, go like just think right now in your head, even if you 24, 25, think of the things you did when you was 16, 15, 16. Think of the things that you did in your late teens, early 20s. You know what I mean? Because when you 22, you 21, you still like 19 for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you still 19. Like I don't see a huge difference between 19 and 22. Not for a man anyway. And I'm not dissing on us men, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Like even for women, like we done some crazy things, man. We did some crazy things. Think of some of the things that you did, some of the mistakes you made. Um, so much. You done so much. You know what I'm saying? You the first person you had puppy love. Everybody had puppy love. You had that one person you thought you was so much in love with, the huge crush. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his. You know? And I know I'm going off a little bit off topic, but you know, it's all old and everything, but that's just how you gotta look at it, you know? That's his first love, you know, puppy love, you know. Never really had that. And once you get that, you got that little feeling, the butterflies all the time. But when you know, he'll see, and they guys got to stay strong. But yeah, I think his work ethic is crazy though, man. His work ethic is gonna be crazy. Cam Ward, uh, Cam Ward, Cam Ward. A lot of people say he pushes the ball when he's throwing it. I see what they mean sometimes, but I think his he can create throws, right? He can create a lane to throw out of. And I think that's what makes him different from Shador. I think him and Shador are similar. I do think Shador has how could I put this? I think Shador is more poised in the pocket, but he holds the ball longer. Cam Ward will throw it away, but Cam Ward is he's creative in the pocket. You know what I mean? He's very creative. His escapability in the pocket is crazy. Some of the things I've seen him do and some of the throws I've seen him make in college. I hope that he wouldn't try to take that to the NFL, but just the way he thinks is abstract. The way he plays quarterback is very abstract. And I think that he can use that for benefit at the next level. For sure. You know, but I think he fit I think he fits at any of these teams right now that could use a quarterback. New York, just like Shador, I'm at it's open for him and Cam. It's open. You got to take those guys 1 and 2. I know Travis is a generational talent, but like KMS said, you know, I just like how KMS said, if you're saying that KMS, just imagine what the other owners and other head coaches are saying. Like, there's a chance with Travis Hunter. You know what I mean? There's a chance he'll translate over, and there's a chance he's not. Or we know we're going to get a certain level of production out of him. You know what I'm saying? But a quarterback is more of a need. But is it really more of a need than a Travis Hunter? And then if you miss with a generational talent like Travis Hunter, you're gonna be kicking yourself in the butt if your quarterback don't pan out. But I do think that you can't miss with those three guys, and that's why I wanted to bring up that topic. I know I'm way early with it, and we're gonna talk about this again, if not all the way up to the draft for the next couple of months. We're gonna be talking about this in multiple conversations because we don't know. Like you can't miss with either with one of those three guys. I don't think you can miss Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, or Travis Hunter. Like you can't miss with either of those guys. What does your team need? And if you want to go to a more veteran type of guy like a Sam Darnold, get a bridge quarterback, or um Jameis Winston, if you want to take a chance with him again and you want to go after Travis Hunter, absolutely. Um, But I do think that there's teams out there that does have their record that think they're set. Like the Titans and the Jags, they're definitely gonna battle over getting Travis Hunter. I think he's going to go to either one of those places. He's getting married in Tennessee. He already threw that out there. I'm sure Tennessee already contacted him. Like, yeah, we're gonna take you with the third or fourth pick in the NFL draft. No, I'm just playing. I'm just look. Don't let me start conspiracy theorists over here. Don't let me start something. I'm lying. I'm capping. That's cap. I ain't that's cap. That wasn't said. Don't trust me on that. I'm just playing with that one. But yeah, I think that he'll be a good fit for either one of those squads right there. He can go anywhere and play if he can do what he's doing in college football right now. Um, a back like Ashton Genty, man. What team do I think that Ashton Genty could go to right now? That needs a team that needs a back right now in the NFL. Let me see. Let me look at a couple of squads right now. I think the Bengals can use Ashton Genty. I like Chase Brown. I do like Chase Brown, but it's something that Chase Brown is missing that Joe Mixon had. And I can't really put my finger on it, but I think that letting Joe Mixon go and kind of breaking up the band at receiver and letting Joe Mixon go hurt the Bengals a lot. Their offense thrived through Joe Mixon. He carried a lot of the load, and they should have paid him for sure. Him and Chase should have been top of the list. Um, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and then T. Higgins. It should have went in that order to get paid when it came to that Bengals offense. Even though all three of those guys are 1,000-yard receivers, but a lot of that, like, just keep it real. Joe Mixon was the engine that got that team running. Like you know what I mean? You kind of took the engine out and tried to replace it with another one, and it just seems to be sputtering. And that's why I think the Bengals are sitting where they're at right now. I honestly think if Joe Mixon was there, their season would be a little bit different. I mean, although they're letting up the points on defense, and you can argue that, and I can see your point if you were to talk about their defense right now and their defense being scored on, but they are putting up the points. But it's just something with that, just with Joe Mixon there, man. He was just able to do everything. They need a back that can all down back, not just a third down back type of what Chase Brown is. They need an all down type of guy, somebody you can leave in there to run and carry the load and to be able to, catch out of the backfield on third down. And I think Ashton Genty is that guy that can do that. Although there's a lot of running backs that can do that, I can see Omarion Hampton doing that for the Bengals also. I think he's a good back too that can do that. There's a lot of guys. I think running back is one of the spots in this upcoming draft that's going to be huge, man, and that's definitely going to put it down. Um, well, let me answer some of these questions out here real quick before I move on. You said Cam has a lot of bad habits. He doesn't take his check downs and won't throw the ball away. Yeah, him and Shador both do that kind of, you know what I mean? Like they both kind of do that. And I think they're trying to get their stats. They're trying to stat pad for the NFL draft and for trophies. Now that those are gone, I don't know if they, but but you're right. You're 100% right, Katie. You're definitely right on that. He does do that. He does do that. If he and Shador hold the ball in the league like they do in college, they'll be next to a health wise. Yeah, 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 they will be. And I don't. I hope that it's just college. I hope that they were just trying to keep their numbers up to look good in the draft to actually show people what they are because a lot of these team owners look at analytics and they base things off analytics. Like yesterday before I got off the show, right? Before I ended the show yesterday, the Jets owner Woody what's his name? Woody something passed on getting he vetoed the trade for Jerry Judy from the Broncos because his Madden rating was low. Like they pay so much to analytics to tell them how to do their job because some of these guys don't have the time or you know what I'm saying to actually look at things or to have some or to hire somebody that's trustworthy to do that. Because if you look around the league, some of the teams that do well with that have a general manager that has some kind of NFL experience, right? Um, and when you look at the Jets, you like, I mean, I'm not saying that they don't, but that franchise has not been the same since Rex Ryan left, and what was that, 2016 or something? They've been on a downslide for a long time. And to pass on a wide receiver because of his damn Madden rating? Are we serious? Of his Madden rating? So they look at analytics, and I'm not trying to make. I guess I am kind of making an excuse for Shador and Cam because they're trying to keep the stats looking good because a lot of people look at that and it means so much to these analytic type of guys for you to look attractive to them. You know what I mean? Some of these guys don't look at film and look at the way it is on there because if they did, then they would absolutely be looking at and saying that Seth Hannigan could be a good quarterback in the NFL, that Curtis Ryuk for Indiana could be, Curtis Rourke for Indiana could be a good quarterback in the NFL. They would be looking at guys like that. A lot of different names would be popping up, for the draft, but these guys, I hope that's what it is, but they do got bad habits, and I think those are things that comes with time to get better, and I think those are easier to break. Holding the ball is easier to break than not being able to make the throws. They can make all the throws on the field. Shador, his arm strength is questionable, but I don't think you got to throw the ball 50, 60 yards every time in the NFL. I don't think that's the way you have to do it no more. They're gonna have to take their check downs, use their running backs, dink and dunk a lot. You know what I mean? I think so. You said if you go off analytics, to Kyle McCord is a top QB. I like Kyle McCord. Speaking of Kyle McCord, I like Kyle McCord. You know what? I honestly think that Kyle McCord, he's a sleeper. He's a sleeper. I like Kyle McCord. I'm really big on Kyle McCord. Um, there was a couple weeks ago, me and Shad was sitting there. We had a conversation about Kyle McCord going to the NFL, and I'm gonna stand on that. I was right about Bo Nix. Not saying that I'm right all the time, but I've seen some things in Bo Nix what Bo Nix was able to do, and I thought it would translate over to the NFL, and it does. A lot of people say he just dink and dunk because that's what's there. He's taking what the defense is giving him. He's hit Cortland Sutton deep a lot this year, but he's taking what the defense gives him. He knows how to read a defense, and that's hard to do. And a lot of quarterbacks can't do that. But Kyle McCord is one of those guys I think that can, and that's why I think he threw a lot of interceptions versus Pitt. He thought those throws was there, and some of them was just crazy. I think it was like two deflections. I think two out of the five was like deflected or something. I can't remember exactly right now. A couple months ago, but yeah, like he take chances with throws. He's not scared to let it go. But I see where he's trying to go with that, and I do think that his quarterback play will translate over to the NFL. I think he'll be a good rookie quarterback if he starts right away next year. If not, I do think that he's going to translate well over to the NFL. Kyle McCord is going to be a household name. Mark my words. Kyle McCord is going to be a household name here. I know they're kicking his butt, but translate over a little bit about North Carolina right now and what North Carolina's doing. I like what they're doing over there with Bill Belichick, and like Katie said earlier, they did go. He went and got his offensive line straight. If you look at the transfer portal, if y'all went to go take a look at it, If I can, let me pull it up. See, I'm being lazy. Sometimes I get like that, but I'm gonna get this pulled up, and I want to take a look at it because when I'm not mistaken, he's building that team from the inside out, like how you're supposed to, right? Um, Not now. I'm not taking a shot at Coach Prime when I'm saying that. Coach Prime knew that he can attract fast, flashy type of guys like receivers and corners. So he took the best available that he could and figured that he would be able to get offense and defensive linemen, but it didn't work like that. And but he's doing that now because he's always going to get corners and receivers that want to play for him. Period. You know what I mean? He's always going to get those guys. But Bill Belichick's building. He got something that he's building over there that's crazy right now. He's building that offensive defensive lineup crazy. Let me pull that up real quick. Get that pulled up, and I could just go over to school, and then I'll just go straight over to in North Carolina, the Tar Heels, and see what they got. Yeah. So all right. So this is where he grabbed up. So they got Chad Lindbergh, 6'6", 315. Offensive tackle, 4-star offensive tackle from Rice. Um, he got Miles McVay, offensive tackle, 3-star, 6'6", 342 from Alabama. Ryan Brown, quarterback from Purdue, 6'4", 210. Garrett Jordan, that's the long snapper he grabbed. All right, he got CJ Mims. No, Garrett Jordan left. My fault. CJ Mims, defensive lineman from East Carolina. He got him to come over there so far. I thought he got okay. Another offensive lineman guy, offensive tackle Andrew Ruskowski from he left. Where was that other offensive lineman guy? I swear I thought okay, that's what I thought that he came in. I was reading that wrong. That's my fault, people. But yeah, he went and got some guys, man. He went and got a couple of offensive tackles. I thought he did anyway, but it looks like a lot of those guys left out. I don't know why I thought these guys was coming in. I'm bugging. Should have kept those guys there. 6'6", 310, 6'8", 325. Went to Texas Tech. Man, I'm like, this guy built a team. Well, you got Austin. Okay, Austin Blast, 6'5", 310, interior offensive lineman, which is a guard or a center. I guess he could try to kind of play both, but he's withdrawn from the transfer portal. That means he's staying there because they're going to use him. So yeah, he got a couple guys there that he's building that team up the way that he need to. Christo Kelly, interior offensive lineman, 6'4", 305, going to North Carolina. Got him up out there. Yeah, so he's like, y'all see what the kind of moves that he's kind of making right now, man. He's kind of getting this, getting like trying to keep linebackers there, quarterbacks, offensive line. That's the movement you see that's going on. Defensive line and offensive line, tight ends. I think a kicker, a long snapper, but you're not seeing too many wide receivers bounce up out of there, and you're not seeing them coming in. Like you see what the way he trying to build that team and get that team tough. And I do think that team is going to be tough enough to compete in the ACC next year. So I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on North Carolina this year for sure, and seeing the moves that they're going to make because it's going to be crazy. This season is going to be crazy with them. I think it's going down. It's going down with them Tar Heels this year for sure. All right. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing there. You said those Super Bowl rings dazzle those recruits. I think I think that Bill Belichick being at North Carolina, I said this before, is going to entice a lot of guys to go there because he has something more to offer than just NIL money, right? If you're really thinking as a college player right now, you're thinking that I can go to Colorado for right, like the connections that Coach Prime may have to the NFL, but Bill Belichick has those same connections, if not more. Let's just keep it real, right? If not more. He has a lot of connections to the NFL. You know what I mean? He was a GM, head coach slash owner at the New England Patriots. The relationship him and that Robert Kraft have, we probably can't even imagine how the extent of that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So he literally can be training guys to go to New England. You know what I mean? Like the way that this team is starting to look already to me is kind of reminding me of the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? It is like I don't know how CJ Mills is going to play. I ain't saying he's big as Will Ford, but that's kind of how. If you remember those New England teams, like those off, that's how they was, man. That's how they was, and that's the way he builds. He's a defensive minded coach, and he has a lot of relationships. So not only can you get NIL money from the collective out there in North Carolina, but for sure he knows a lot of people and a lot of doors open up being in there and playing for a guy like Belichick. If they're thinking about that more than just the bag, you know what I mean? Like Prime gonna get you ready to go to the NFL. He's that staff that he got over at Colorado's going to train you. The staff that Belichick is getting over there at North Carolina, they're going to train you. Yeah, you can get a little bit of money while you're in college, but think bigger than that. Think bigger than that. Because doors is opening. It's going to be there. And I think it's a no-brainer for anybody that's really trying to go to the next level and take their craft serious playing football. If they're taking playing football serious, it's a no-brainer. I want to go to North Carolina. That's where I want to be. I want to go play for Coach Belichick. Period. That's where I want to be. If you want to work hard, you know what I mean? And get somewhere after this. If I can't go to Colorado and get a spot or somewhere like that, I want to go to North Carolina. For sure. For sure. And he brings a little bit of character to the game too. He brings a little bit of that up in there. All right. And tonight, before I get on up out of here though, I only wanted to come up for a quick hour real quick. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle Friday type of deal. I gotta talk about Indiana. Indiana, they're playing. They're gonna play today. Indiana and Notre Dame is going down. It's going down. Got them psycho Kurt Signetti's, got them psycho Signetti's out there and taking on taking on Notre Dame in South Bend. That game is going to be crazy. And listen, it's going to be lit. That game is going to be lit. But hey, Godfather Cliff, I could be wrong. I know it. I think Indiana going to get y'all boys today, man. Yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. I think Indiana is going to beat Notre Dame today. I think they're going to upset Notre Dame. I do. I think that Indiana in the Big Ten, they've been battle tested. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Notre Dame hasn't. Indiana has been bad. They've been there in a couple of games. Say what y'all want. They've seen Ohio State. They got their first taste of a big game with Ohio State. That was their first taste of a big game in a high-powered offense. Say what you want. I know maybe not on paper they ain't high-powered, but when you got Quinshawn Junkins, Will Howard is okay. You got a rookie receiver with Smith. You got the weapons they got and that defense that they got over Ohio State. That is supposed to be a very high-powered team. Two running backs like that. That's just crazy. Henderson, Junkins. Like, what are we talking about? That team is supposed to be very high-powered, and it is. And that defense is on point. That's why they're in the college football playoff and one of the top contenders for the national championship. I think that Indiana, they do have the team to do it. I think Indiana has the team to do it. It's going to be a tough one. Notre Dame has been able to run the ball. That's what they can pass. That they're, but do you really want Riley Leonard passing the ball? Do you think that? Let me ask y'all this question: do you think that Riley Leonard can drop back and beat Indiana and Kurt Signetti? Do you think that they can beat the Hoosiers with Riley Leonard throwing the ball? That's the question, because running the ball on them all day today, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that they're going to be able to run the ball down Indiana's throat at all. As much as everybody out there says that, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen the two games, the Michigan game. I think that Michigan, if they would have stuck with, because that was what they're best at, right? I think Michigan didn't run enough. I think they tried to pass a lot, and I think they didn't run enough. But Michigan has a very good blocking offensive line, and I don't think they ran enough in that Indiana game. I think that if maybe had they just said, you know what, fuck it, we just gonna run the ball the whole game on Indiana, I think that they probably could have pulled it off, to be honest. Um, but I think that now they're expecting that from Notre Dame. And the thing is, expecting them to run and selling out to stop the run, I want them, I'm a force Riley Leonard, and that's probably what they're gonna do is force Riley Leonard to throw the ball and beat them throwing the ball. That's how they're gonna have to win the game. So we'll see how it is. And I think that D'Angelo Pons and the other cornerbacks and the DBs over there at Indiana, I think that they're up for that task to see what goes on. I mean, it's only what's a touchdown? I think it's 6.6.5 point favorites that Notre Dame is, you know. But I think it may be an upset today. That's just me and how I feel. If not, that's because Notre Dame was very successful and Indiana could not stop the run of Notre Dame. But if Indiana's able to stop them from running that ball today, the reason why that they will probably come out with the victory is because they were successful with that and they forced Riley Leonard to throw the ball, and he didn't do well doing it. That's their key to win, I think, and that's how they'll do it. Now for Notre Dame, it's just the opposite of what I said. They got to be able to do what they do best against Indiana, and they have to. Rourke can throw. Indiana can run and they can throw the ball and they can score. You look at Surratt and the slower receivers they got over there. I think they got a Miles Price too. I think they got Price from he went to Texas Tech the year before, but I think they got him over there too at receiver. And you look at those guys and you say, all right, well, they're throwing team. Well, they're not. Tyson Lott, and they got a few backs over there that they've been using throughout the year. And I think that's genius. Like not one back over there has been used more than the other. Like who got the hot hand today? I'm gonna give all of y'all a chance to run the ball and let's go. Let's work. I need two of your best runs, and that's the same way that Notre Dame has been too, though. Notre Dame's got multiple people that can run the ball too. And that's the same thing they will do. Close one, but I got Indiana, dog. And I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm hoping for a good one. And that's what I'm thinking. If I'm wrong, I'll come back out here and say, you know what, y'all, I was wrong. You know what, Cliff, I was wrong. But it's going to be one, and it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one for y'all to tune into. But y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, and listening and tuning in. It was just a pop-up live. I didn't plan it out or anything. I say, look, I'm going live today, and I'm going to jump up and go live tonight before I get on up out of here. But y'all make sure y'all go show some love to everybody else in the fam that's out there. That's what they live today. I think Coach Hayes got one going on. South Coast Kane might be having one. Chad. It's a lot of people out there, man, in the circle. I appreciate y'all kicking it. Losing my voice. What is going on? But y'all know another Truckin Chubbzy production, man. Peace. I'm up out of here, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Oh, hold up. Before I go. Tomorrow morning, me and Shad back at it. Tomorrow morning. Yes, sir. We are back at it tomorrow morning, so don't y'all miss it. Y'all make sure that y'all is here. Make sure y'all here tomorrow morning, 10:30. You heard?